All right, guys. So I wanted to have our first official success pod call to kick off the year. You guys are on the same track with your goals. And I love pairing people up that are on the same track, that want to hit the same thing. This way you guys feel like you were really, truly on this journey together, cheering each other on, working next to each other, achieving this diamond goal, income goal, all the things that you guys have set out to do on your vision board. So I want this to really be our mentorship thread where we learn from each other. I want to be there for you guys and really mentor you this year, whatever that looks like, whatever it takes. I am all in. And I'm going to share my heart with you guys. But it's funny because I was actually going to ask Christina to speak to you guys, just to inspire you and just motivate you even more. And then I listened to the Ali Upham call, and then I messaged Christina, and she goes, Danielle, just have them listen to the Ali call, because it's not every day that you have people that are hitting, or coaches hitting these goals, to hit diamond, and you guys are serious, and it's I don't want to screw it up. I want to be the best coach possible for you guys. But she's just amazing, and obviously hearing her, it's inspiring. But she said, have them listen to this call. And it's so true, guys. If you didn't listen to the Ali Upham call today, I can't tell you, something just ignited my fire once again. But she said, and there's so many nuggets in here. Your homework, go watch that call. If you're not acting in the way you want to go or what you want to achieve, then you're not going to achieve it. It's when you start acting and believing it and walking in it, that's when things happen. And so many light bulb moments went off for me. And I looked back at my year last year, and I felt like I was playing it safe, to be honest with you. I missed Elite 2 years in a row. Yes, I've achieved huge things with Beachbody. I'm so grateful. But when you hit Elite 3 years in a row and then you don't hit it for 2 years, it's like an ego shot, Yes, Elite comes with more ranks and more income and more recognition and things, but it just shows the team that is possible. And so I missed it for 2 years. It sucks, right? I've missed goals. So guys, I'm relatable. I've seen it all in this business. A lot of things have happened, but I really have felt a shift come January. I started tracking my business. I didn't track one thing last year except people that signed up. So I'm sharing this with you in hopes to inspire you guys that I'm all in. I'm ready to mentor you guys. And I was playing it small last year. It stunk. My income stayed the same. But I've seen and felt what it feels like to achieve Elite and hit really big things and watch income skyrocket just from hitting it. I mean, if you hit goals, you see everything in this business go up. And so I played it small last year. Just, mentally went through so much with this move and the baby. I felt like I was just gaining the reins of my life in a way last year, if that makes sense, trying to feel settled. But I am just so excited for this year. And I feel that with you guys too. I have other success pods, coaches that are a little bit higher than you guys, and then coaches that are just now trying to get their grip of emeralds and trying to learn this thing. But you guys are in the middle. You guys are rocking it. You really are understanding this business when it comes to posting, putting yourself out there, talking to people. And the virtual upline leader says it takes a solid year to build a foundation with this business. And you guys have done that. Now you got to take it a step further. I really believe and push towards the goals that you want to achieve. And this could be your year, but I'm running with you guys. I'm all in. And I want to reverse engineer with you guys a little bit, because I really believe, yes, diamond's great. Yes, financial freedom is great. You can achieve all that here, but what are you doing to get there, right? There has to be the why behind it. The motivation, do you see it? Is there a date on it? Do you believe that it's happening? And then are you going to execute it this year? That's really important. So for me, I have mapped out my Elite. I have mapped out exactly what I need to do to get there. Filling out this tracker form has been the game changer for me. I've signed up 9 people in the past 2 weeks just from writing every single person that I've talked to and followed up with a million times on this list, and then really tracking it. But this is the year that I'm going all in. I'm not playing small. If you guys filled out that diamond sheet, that means to me that you're not playing small either. You're going all in. So you just got to decide. You got to make a decision that you're just going to make it happen. We will work hard along the way to do it. Why do you want diamond, right? What is it going to mean to you? For me, I know Elite means I'm going to raise my income. I'm going to get towards financial security for my family, that much more. I'm going to raise more leaders on this team like you guys, you know? So it also shows that it's possible for you guys. So there has to be a why, you know, behind the diamond. Why do you want it? If not, I don't think it's going to happen. You have to believe it. And so Ali Upham's call, I don't want to talk too much longer, but you have to listen to it tonight or tomorrow morning. It's that important, I think. Anyways, I really wanted to talk about real quick schedule time, and we'll go around really quick. Are you scheduling time for this business? Just like I said, it's a decision you have to make. Three-way calls is something I want to start doing with you guys. If you have the time, that Virtual Upline Leader talks about this, where I basically I help you sign on customers or coaches, right? Say you don't have the confidence yet to say the right thing, or maybe you feel like you're saying the wrong thing. I could jump on a three-way call like this or on the phone real quick and just help you squash those objections, really help you share my story and then your story. Because at the end of the day, as much as I can share my life and everything on social media, people have to see other success stories to believe that it's real and true. So doing the three-way calls is just a game changer. It's like when people hear Christina, it's like they don't even care what I say. It's like all the light and God be on Christina. I don't know what the heck it is, but it's just part of this business. So if you guys want to do a three-way call, he talks about that. And I'm such a big believer in doing it too. There's just so much power in like a team of two tackling somebody. So you guys want to do that, just you say to a prospect or go listen to his, I don't know if you've heard it or listen. I know Cheyenne is really diving into his podcast. I believe it's on three-way calls. That's a topic. It says three-way calls where you just say, hey, you know, my coach, they don't know I'm your upline or sponsor, excuse me, or whatnot. You just say, hey, you know, my sponsor or my coach, you know, would be willing to get on the phone with you. You know, would you hop on with us? We can share with you like all about it. And it's just so motivating and fun and inspiring. We'll just have a chat real quick. So you could say whatever you want, obviously, but just make it like a no big deal call where, hey, come hear this my friend's story type of thing, you know, or, you know, you can ask her questions, something like that. I don't know how he explains it perfectly, but I can do that. And we can just, you know, sign people up and tackle it real fast. If you have prospects that are just on the cliff, you know, they're like ready to jump and then there's something holding them back. So let me know. I'm really open to do that. Desiree kind of mentioned it to me and I'm like, yes, I just listened to that call from him and it just was phenomenal. So really quick, guys, when do you work this business? And, you know, just share with me, why do you want to achieve your goals this year and how serious you are? Go.
Okay, I'll go first. I have pinned down a couple of times during the day because I do have like a full-time job. So I'm a morning person and that's when I'm usually the most productive. So the night before I like do things like set my workout clothes out and all that, make a little list of everything that I want to do in the morning. That way I'm not fumbling around to try to figure out where I want to start. So I have like a list that I work off of at like 5 o'clock in the morning. Right before I work out, I give myself about 30 minutes. And that's when I send a lot of my messages. So that way during the day, during my lunch break, or whenever I can get to the computer, I can start answering some of the messages back. So I kind of go back and forth with people a little during the day. I do a full hour at lunchtime because it only takes me like 5 minutes to eat. So I dive into the conversations, follow-ups, and then here lately I've been kind of working on like some of the diamond stuff, like understanding. I'll do my national wake-up call at that time. I listen to PD in the morning on the way to work and the podcast on the way home. And then I devote an hour to 2 hours in the evening before I go to bed.
That's a pretty tight, strict schedule there, if you ask me.
It is.
I love that.
The more I have noticed that I am spending on the business, the more excited I get, the further I feel like I am educating myself on how some things work. I'm able to talk to my challengers a lot more because I'm focusing on just that. I know that's not very easy when you have little kids. I can't like come from that point right now because it's not my life. But you know, I want to strictly do this. This is something I want to do full time. I was sharing that with you the other day. I work outside the house and I don't want to work in, I don't want to do that anymore. I want to bring myself home. So I know that I've got to really step it up in order to do that. Like I've got to match my income, and that's what I'm working on right now. That way I don't freak out when I come home and I'm not making any money. Like in the morning time, like when I get ready to go to work, right after my workout, I'm like, it would be so great not to have to jump in the shower and get, I'm like being very, very specific about what this is going to do for me so I can feel it and see it. I'm like a very visual person anyway. So I have things written on my mirror. But yeah, that's where I'm at, like really big.
I see that at all. I see that shift in you. You didn't sign up wanting to come home and do this from home. So it just happened. It evolves, and it's just a beautiful thing. So we're running this year.
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome.
So I find myself talking to a lot of people that I would have never talked to before. I'm just there.
Awesome. Who's next? Christina. Who's smiling like, should I go?
Well, because I was thinking like, she inspires me. She doesn't know how much she actually inspires me, this one. Like I had, when I was working full time trying to do this, I was right there with her. And all I was thinking, you said the words that I was saying, that, before I can leave the job, I have to make sure that I can make a full-time income with this. But I was put in a situation, I was laid off. So I've been kind of working with that. And now finances, I need this to work. If this doesn't work, I got to do something else. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And for me, it's kind of like an all or nothing type thing, because I want to see if I can actually do this. And I'm very nervous about it too, because there's a lot of doubt that comes with that. I have been doing, some little, I work with a couple of businesses building their business. Funny enough, I've become their, since I worked in IT, I'm doing a lot of like consulting services on the side during the day, plus this. So where I'm at is learning how to balance the two in a different way. It was easier for me to have that time from 8 to 5 or 9 to 6 in the office all day. And I knew I had my hour, in the middle of the day to reach out to people if I could. And I thought it would be so much easier working from home now, and I'm like, oh, I have time. No. Now that I'm home, the day goes by so fast. I have to be in car line to pick up the kids. And then I want to spend time with them. Like, for example, tonight I did it was a long night, about 4 hours working with my daughter on her homework tonight. 4 hours is a lot. And it's because we're struggling with some things, So it kind of took my night, so I have to stop at a certain point during the day. And I decided that I got to try and keep that same work schedule. And I'm trying to balance that out now. So I have to wake up at 5 a.m. or if I can do it earlier, I can, but I can't. 5 a.m. is when I wake up. I do my devotionals. Actually, I pray first before I can move forward with anything else. I try to get my workout in right after. Then I try to, get my picks as much as I can. And then it's getting ready, the kids ready, breakfast ready, lunch ready. I take them and then I come home and I work. So my day is split up between, building the business, using the tracker, I do use it. I do that. And then I'm doing other businesses as well during the day, just so I could have some sort of, money income coming in still, because right now I need to be financially free. I got to do it, And I realized with my post yesterday, I post something in the morning because I felt like I was late. I wanted to make a post on Sunday night for the challenge group, right? Every Sunday night, do my little Sunday night post, but I didn't get there, right? So Monday morning, and this is what I did wrong. I saw your post. Actually, I think most of your guys' posts. You did a challenge group post. I was like, oh man, I didn't do it. You know, and then I'm just like, oh, look how great they write, so great. Look how, you know, cute they are, all this stuff. And I'm like, oh man. And then, you know, I made a quick one. I picked up, I put it together, I sent it out or whatever to you guys, to a little rock star group or whatever that we have, you know, the Instagram thing. And then I realized I hate that post. I deleted it. I even sent it to you to like it.
I was wondering about that unavailable thing.
So forget that. You know, I took it off and I was like, what am I doing? What's wrong? I'm like, I'm all in the inside because I'm so nervous that I'm not going to succeed. I'm constantly nervous that I'm not going to succeed. And that's like a little mental block that I have that I'm working on. So, anyway, I reposted and I put my heart there. I said what I needed to said, and I have the app called Plan, and it gives you a performance. It gives you a little bit of reporting on the post that you do, and it's free. Like, you can either buy it, you know, with all the bells and whistles, or you could just use it as is, and it gives you a performance on what posts perform better than others. And I checked it out, and then sure enough, the one I posted yesterday, because I deleted it or whatever, the new one that I posted did better than all the other posts because it came from the heart. So that's where I'm working. You know, I just kind of am putting that out there. I'm engaging to about 20 people a day. I get only no's. So I'm just looking for no's. That's my goal right now. I can get as many no's in a day. That's where I'm at. And I am increasing my followers as well. I'm trying to find new people. I've increased it, I think, in the past 2 weeks. I'm almost at 500. So I did a lot of searching, a lot of liking on Instagram. And I started, I think, with 3 something. So I'm really trying to build and find the right type of person to follow, the right leads. So I've been working on that a lot, to build that base, build that foundation. And I do have my list of all my people. So I'm doing it. I'm just not seeing anything. And it's very concerning because I've been trying wasn't trying that hard in December because the last 2 weeks of the year were kind of like a wash. But then, I feel like I've been getting a lot of no's from November, December. And then I thought January, you know, something was going to change, something was going to give, but it hasn't. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
I think the time that you signed to doing this during the holidays, I mean, it's just a season. It's just our slow season, unfortunately. And since I've been doing this so long, I see it coming and work even harder. I mean, right, Cheyenne, you've seen this. Desiree, you've seen this. You've been in it for a while. Holidays are typically slow, and we have to gain so much momentum around that time to build off for the new year, and then gain momentum to carry us through the year in the busiest time, which is now. Believe it or not, a lot of people are waiting for their income, right? Tax returns. Yep. That's definitely a really big factor I've been getting lately, but this is not easy. No one said it's ever going to be easy. It definitely takes a while to build that foundation, but I have seen what you do behind the scenes. I see all your posts. I see everything you're doing. There's not one thing I could say that you are doing wrong. You show up every single day. I just think it's a matter of connecting with the right people, building off your warm market as well with the people you already have. What family and friends do you have that you're close with that you can go invite to, you know? Forget about prejudging them for whatever reason. The least, people you expect are going to join you. So starting with your warm market is the best place to start to build this thing up. Cold market, it takes a lot longer. You've got to bring them down this funnel in the free groups and then slowly buy like a sampler pack and then get this and then sign them up as a challenger and then eventually work them to become a coach. It takes time. So I would just say keep hustling. Honestly, you just got to keep hustling. This can happen. Sometimes that makes the best story. You had a rough start. You can relate to your future coaches and boom, you blew it all up. So just
That's what I'm hoping for.
Just don't lose hope. Keep going. I mean, I remember Cheyenne too had moments like that. This business is there for everybody. The opportunity is there. So, I mean, I could sit here and like try to, have conversations back and forth to see maybe what's not working and what's working for you. But majority of the time, it's you haven't connected with enough people or the right people.
Mm-hmm. Enough people are the right people. Yeah. I mean, really everybody that I've been contacting and most of my followers are fitness people already, because I came from Orange Theory. So I'm finding that they bleed orange. Those people bleed orange, but I wait and see, I'm wait and see, and I keep on going no matter what. So that's why I'm really focused on finding new people. And I think being more involved with my church has been great. I mean, obviously I'm not doing that for that, but, I'm hoping that since I'm more in the community, that at least people will come and feel like they can come and talk to me more.
Yeah, you're connected with like-minded people. I do have to say for fitness professionals, every single one that I've always dealt with, you're probably one of the very few, like on my hands, they all have shut it down and put it down, and they feel like they're more qualified to be doing this. They're just the most stubborn people I have ever met as far as being open to a network marketing business.
Yeah,
but yet they have a discount code for their supplements, and they're working so much harder for a small commission. Like, you see it. So if I would get a whole different network of moms, faithful women, totally different.
That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to move myself out of that lane,
Oh, and one more thing. You have to listen, Christina, to Ali Call, hands down.
I have it. I wrote it. I'm gonna listen.
And you have a lot of fear. That is what protrudes into your people. It just comes out to your challengers, to your coaches, to your future people in your post. It's like what you are breathing out, and that's what you get back. Okay. Last year, I felt a lot of everything for some reason. I had so much life happening and I do think I put it out there, and that's why I just maintained everything. I didn't actually go up. But now for some reason, this whole January has been a complete shift for me. It's like the floodgates are opening because my mind has shifted. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Just continue to have faith, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
I'm cheering you on.
I feel it.
I want to say something about that, Christina. When did you sign up?
I signed up, I think it was June of last year.
I'm just going to tell you how I did, because I felt the same way you did, and I didn't, we come in this not knowing at all what to do, and we just do our best. But everyone says it, and I can just say it's true because it worked for me. Everyone's going to tell you to work really hard for a solid year and see what happens, and it's honestly what you have to do. So like I used to do 2 hours every single night, messaging people, adding friends, the basics for a solid year. And my goal was to help 3 people get started every month. And I was blessed and able to do that, but I just stuck to those basics, and I didn't see like real progress, or, I wasn't advancing in rank or anything. And then the next year is when it totally changed, because that first year I just built a huge funnel, and people literally have to see you. Some people followed me for over a year before they finally said yes. So you just are building a huge funnel. And then in year 2, it seemed like all those people I talked to are finally ready. So it gets discouraging. I'm not going to lie. Like, you work your butt off for a year, but it really does work.
Yeah.
And I can say, like my routine got totally off last year just because a lot of stuff going on in my life, and my whole funnel is like gone. So I'm back to my routine again. Like, I wake up at 5 and I get my workout in, and then I work a full-time job too, but I do like little pockets of time in my day. And then I'm back doing my regular, a good hour or more at night, and building that funnel back up. And I don't know, I'm trying to give you a little bit of hope, because you're not doing anything wrong. You're doing every single thing right. It just people take forever to trust and to see
Yes.
what you're doing actually works, and it really does just take time. And then once they're in it, most of them are hooked.
Yeah.
Thank you,
That's
Des.
true.
Thank you.
Oh,
That
you're
is
so
reassuring.
So you got to hear from other people to believe it.
Yeah.
Preach all day.
But I trust you. You know that. Like, I trust you 100%. You tell me don't do this, and I do it. I'm like, okay, can't do that. Not allowed. That's a bad idea. You know?
Have you started the Virtual Upline Leader podcast?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes.
All right, Felicia, save the best for last.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't think so. So, my life is crazy. So I'm I get up at 5, but right now I'm on puppy duty at 5 a.m. and 2 a.m. and 9 o'clock at night. So it's like newborn toddler, stuff going on around here. So I don't know what I was thinking, but crazy. Anyway, I really don't have much time to put into it in the morning. Just trying to get the kids lunches and out the door and all of that. And I drop them off at my mom's at 6:30 so I can be at work by 7. So that time, like commuting to work, is when I'm listening to PD and the podcast and all of that. So going to work and coming home usually. So that's about 15 to 20 minutes to and from work that I'm putting that time. And but then when I'm at work, it just kind of varies. Like day to day, our schedule changes for what surgeries we have every day and where I work each day. So it just kind of depends. But I definitely there are tons of pockets of time, most of the time, every day, that I'll reach out to people, answer messages, try to follow up with the ones that I reach out to that you can see where they've seen your messages, but it's like crickets, and so try to follow up. Sometimes wait a little bit longer before I do, or ask them about the videos that I sent, or whatever, and then try to find new followers and that sort of thing when I'm just have those moments of time at work. And then we only get about a half an hour lunch break, which sometimes that even gets cut down a little bit too, just depending on what's going on. So I definitely try during that time also to catch up in groups and all of that during that time. And then usually after my workout time is usually after I get home from work, so anytime between 3:30 and 4:30 to 5 usually, just depending on what time the kids get here and that sort of thing. So try to post to Instagram during that time, keep up with my stories, and then, check in with groups again, follow up with messages. So I feel like, there's lots of pockets of time during the day, but I feel a little bit like Christina. I get lots of no's, I get lots of silence. But then I run into people all the time at work or, out in the community that are like, hey, I did like 50 setups the other day because you inspired me. And I'm like, thank you so much for telling me that, because, it just, even though they're not doing what I'm doing, it's comforting to know that I'm getting into somebody's head and that they're watching, and that, when their 50 setups a day don't work out, then they'll come back.
Yeah.
So, try to just think of it as being, I'll see you later kind of thing. There's a little small group of people at work right now that are trying to do the Slim Fast shakes during the day and eating healthy, and and hey, I want to go to the gym downstairs. They said you would know how to show me different things. And I'm like, oh, well, yeah, I used to do that, but let me tell you about what I'm doing now. And so I've had lots of lunch conversations lately about, just how to make it a lifestyle change and not get hooked into these things that, yeah, you can do that for a while, but once once that falls off, then you're going to be right back into where you were before. So, you have to learn how to do it, like brushing your teeth or taking a shower every day. And, I feel like I'm like just catching little light bulbs in people's heads and planting those seeds, and then going for my kill later. So that's kind of where I am right now with those conversations that I've been having, but we'll see what happens. November was really good. December was pretty slow for me. But like Christina said, with the holidays, I think there were lots of time of just planting seeds, but not getting anywhere. So I'm hoping to see January pick up more, but I feel like right now I'm just trying to build up to something big happening. I'm trying to envision it and feel it. The law of attraction.
Oh, it will for sure. Just keep writing it out, put a date on it, map it out. We're cheering you on, my friend. But I think it has to be very specific. You know, what do you want? When do you want it? And you got to work towards it, or else, again, it's just a wish in the sky. Like last year, I just kind of hoped, I'm being completely honest. I just hoped things would happen. I just said, oh, maybe I'll get there. And that was the first year I did that. And it's a testament. I didn't go anywhere last year with my business. Like it's stunk, you know?
Right.
It was crap. And I've had years in this business where I saw my income go from like $1,000 a week to like 5,000 in 1 year. Like that's how crazy and hard I worked. And then, you know, the years that I didn't, it's crap. So it just shows you, if you want this, it's here, but there has to be specific goals, or it's just like a wish. Like I'm on this high horse of, it's just a wish in the sky, honestly. So are you tracking? Be honest.
Yes.
Okay.
I have.
Moment of truth. Oh yeah. I'm telling you, I'm going to preach about this little tracker sheet until the end of time, because it didn't track again last year and it showed. I'm blown away at not even a month of tracking what it can do for you if you're diligent with those times that it says in your pockets in the day. I'm blown away right now. I'm so motivated, inspired to achieve better things. And I just think it's because I finally believe that if I set my mind to bigger, I can make it happen again. You know what I mean? And so if you guys are ready to run, I'm ready to run with you. I'm going. This train is gone. We're going to go. But it'll happen, guys. Just like Des said, it's going to happen. It's just that foundation you're building. Definitely the first year is the hardest year, like hands down, to any business. But I think this is the best business to have it be hard. We didn't invest much, right? Just working on your health and your fitness, and it could definitely take you places. So do you guys have questions real quick? No?
Well, I do. One of the things I've been trying to play around with is like hashtags. And, I notice when I hashtag certain things, then I get certain types of followers that grow, but they're not necessarily like the ones that I want. Like, I don't want the ones who are already like buff and working out and doing their own fitness thing, because, while they show support, they're not going to buy into what I'm doing necessarily. So I do a lot of mom posts, boy mom posts, and that, or hashtags and that sort of thing, but I don't feel like I'm getting there in the cold market for the type of base that I want on Instagram. I don't know if you have suggestions for.
Yes, I've hired 2 different companies so far to help grow my Instagram. The first one was just way too expensive. It was like a trial for 3 months. It helped grow it a lot, but now the second one that I'm with is absolutely amazing. If you guys want to put a little investment into your business, it's $40 a month. It's like $38 or $39. I used to spend a lot of money on Facebook ads for just free groups to expand my network, to build trust, offer them free stuff. Did not want them to buy or commit to anything, because as you know, if you offer something for free, you more than likely will get majority of people to join you with whatever you're doing. I mean, who doesn't want free, right? So that's how I built my like page. I spent a ton of money. Things shifted to Instagram. And I learned that if you invest a little bit, maybe with a platform, you could get a little bit further. If you have the time, then obviously you don't need another company to do it for you, but it's just about you connecting with other people that have the same common interest. So if you want to attract better, more specific people, you have to go look for specific, very specific hashtags to who you want to attract. So for example, I look up Raleigh NC mom, like that's in my area, they're a mom. I don't want anyone in network marketing. So I am going through hashtags and looking for people, but this is what the company does, right? So I don't want to do too much more engagement on my account because it can throw a red flag. And I've learned this over time. Didn't learn this overnight. I just started building my Instagram actually a year ago, guys. I was at maybe, I don't know, like a couple thousand followers just organically, and it's grown to almost 9,000, like I think 87. So it just shows you could definitely grow it in a short amount of time. But it just is because I'm so specific. Even this company is just targeting boutiques in this area that I like, local GNC, local mom places that I like, very specific to where I go. I mean, if I want to bump into these people, I probably will. At a restaurant, I bumped into a lady. She goes, "Oh, I'm in your free gluten-free group or something." And I'm like, "Oh, I don't know who she is." But I'm only targeting this area. Do you know what I mean? So if I were you, I'd go look up hashtags to your area, where you shop, where you go, where you take your boys, because more than likely, those are going to be probably your target people, you know? That's my best advice, just from what I've learned, is just go look up those hashtags of people you want to attract. You do the 511 rule, which is, I believe I don't know, I think you comment 5 words, you like something, and then you follow them. I'm not sure. It's like 511 or 531. There's an article out there. If you just Google it by Chalene Johnson, it'll come up of exactly what to do. And but I found out not too long ago, you can bookmark people, so you can find that person, say they look like a great prospect, you can go and like their photo and then bookmark it in the right hand corner and put them into a file called prospects. So then you have, say, 30 minutes in Carline. I'm just going to my prospect folder and I'm just like liking their stuff, putting 5 words in their most recent picture. So I'm really engaging with their stuff so that my stuff pops up with them. You know what I mean? So there's a little bit of a strategy behind it, but once you get it down pat and you do it for 30 minutes a day, it's just going to become like clockwork, you know? So that's my main focus on Instagram instead of Facebook.
Can I say something about Instagram real quick?
Go ahead.
Something that I learned recently, because a nonprofit company that I'm helping out, they have a PR company, and they recommended no more than 3 hashtags and put it in the comments. And I've been getting an increase in followers when I've only put 3 hashtags in the comments. And that makes a difference. And then to help me find prospects, I follow certain hashtags. Like I follow hashtag mom life. So it pops up in my feed. So again, if I am in Carline and I'm growing through and I see a possible person, I go into their profile, I check them out a little bit, I like and follow and I request or whatever. And then that's how I build as well. So I follow a whole bunch of different hashtags. Like you can follow just hashtags, so it'll pop up on your feed. And that makes it easier for me, since I don't have to go looking as much, like going into the hashtags and looking at that. That's helped me out. This past week, I've seen an improvement. And then I also follow meal prep stuff, a lot of meal prep. I just follow those hashtags though, but I use that to share and to post in my free groups. Like the cute videos, the easy cooking, little like overnight oats. A quick video will pop up on that and I'll just copy that link and save it, and then I can share it in my free group. So it makes it's cutting corners for me, since I don't have to write out the whole thing, or if I don't have to take pictures. And I tell them what I do a little bit differently when I do it at home. Like I make a joke, like mine is not as cute as this video, but I do it. Like my overnight oat jars are not cute, but they work. So that also helped me for my free groups as well.
Okay.
Those are such great tips. No wonder I've been seeing C-section recovery all in my IGs. I must have followed that. I'm like,
yeah.
Why do I keep getting C-section recovery? And what a great idea. You see, I'm always learning.
It's like, wait, what?
Because I've had 3 C-sections. So like sometimes I put in postpartum pictures like C-section recovery or 3 C-sections to get it very specific.
That's awesome.
you see, there's lots of ideas. It just takes time to learn. You're not going to know it all. But that, I just heard about that too. What you just said, 3 hashtags in the comments.
Yep.
It's so crazy because Jumper Media, the first company I was with, said this probably just keeps changing. At least 5 to 8 hashtags in the post.
But there you go. And it's going to change again. We just have to be aware of the changes because they update the algorithms all the time.
Right. And when were you told that? Because I was told that in like October, November, I think it was.
This past October, November?
No. I'm sorry, even more, because Jumper I was with before October. So around fall.
It was, no, it was in December, last month.
We could be just all being lied to. Anyways, guys, we got to go get some work done. I hope this was helpful to you guys.